Good morning. Good morning. This is Dr. Yonnette. And today is Sunday, the beginning of a new week, new opportunities. And last week I had a little bit of challenge with my time in regards to getting the baby playtime playgroup going. So today I want to do a little bit of playgroup time with baby. So I'm going to first go ahead and start the song. So I want you to get baby ready, his blanket, her blanket, spread it on the floor. And we're going to start with those exercises, moving the arms and the legs. And then we're going to move into building a sensory or creating a sensory area for your baby to be able to explore. So I wouldn't be in my usual space on the floor with baby, but I would love for you to get there. And let's start off with the first song. We're going to place baby on the floor, on the blanket. Place baby on the floor, on the blanket. Be sure he is lying on his back. And let's sing the welcome song. Okay, you're going to do the actions as we sing. It's time for baby's playgroup now. Playgroup now, playgroup now. It's time for baby's playgroup now. So let us get all set. We'll stretch the arms up over the head, over the head, over the head. We'll stretch the arms up over the head. Now, doesn't that feel real good? We'll stretch the arms down towards the feet, towards the feet, toward the feet. We'll stretch the arm down toward the feet. Doesn't that feel real good? Okay, so we are all warmed up and ready to go. Now I want us to focus here on creating a sensory room. I know there's a lot of excitement when a baby is coming home, and we spend time creating a room that looks baby friendly. So we're going a little beyond today by creating a sensory room. And this sensory room is going to be very important for babies who are struggling with sensory disorders, and for babies in general who would love to explore the world from a sensory perspective. You want to give as much sensory input as possible so that your baby is developing well. So first things first, colors. Let's talk about the colors that we need to use for baby. You want to use colors that are calming and alerting. Okay, calming and alerting colors. Now, what kind of colors are those? We're looking at green and yellow and pink and orange and blue and purple. And you put these colors, you can put these colors on the walls or on the floor in a designated area. When we talk about putting baby on the floor, you can have those colors on the floor. For baby when he or she is doing the tummy time. Now, you can use mats, you can use lights, and you can use wall posters. Any of those things can work. And you don't have to go crazy using all the colors that I mentioned. Choose one or two colors and have those colors be your colors for your sensory alerting, calming for your baby. All right, the second thing that you want to do in your baby's exploration or your baby playtime or in your baby sensory room is have the opportunity for your baby to get involved in messy things. For example, you want to give your baby a messy area. Again, we can select the floor area if your baby is young and not able to reach and do certain things like standing up and doing other things. So you want it on the floor. The baby is sitting up a little bit, or even if baby is lying on the tummy, you can put an area with sensory messy things that baby can explore. For example, What about a sticky, gooey set of macaroni or pasta? You boil it, make it nice and sticky and gooey, and put it there so baby's hand can get into it and explore. Or you can take shaving cream and the different colors of food coloring and squirt the shaving cream in a large storage plastic bag. You put the different colors in the bag, seal the bag shut tight, maybe even tape it, and then have baby just squish around with it. You know, in his hands, he's squeezing, he's moving it around, and he'll see the colors changing, and he'll see the shaving cream moving around in that plastic bag. You can also give baby an opportunity to do messy things in a tub or in a container filled with water and toys. That's messy exploration. And for some kids, they really hate getting messy. But the way for you to correct that is to give them the opportunity to explore, explore, explore. So in that tub, put a lot of toys, big enough safe toys, put some water. You can put some of the baby shampoo that you normally use, so you get some bubbles and you create a different environment for baby to explore in and just get his hands in, maybe even his feet in that water, and have a good time playing together. Now, you also want to create a sensory box or a sensory bin. You know, babies, again, play bin. It can be lots of different textures that baby can explore at different times. So you're creating that sensory bin for baby. Something squishy, something hard, something noisy, something soft, something that you, like a rattle or a rapper snapper that he can pull on or she can pull on. Again, the bilateral control might not be there depending on the age of your child, but just be appropriate. See what age your child is and what he or she can do, and then get those sensory toys available so that he or she can use them and learn to understand their sensory system. And then the last one, I want you to create like a sensory quiet room for calming, you know, where baby can be there. There's a light that moves back and forth in that room. Or you can put, I know when our child was growing up, we put those reflective stars in the ceiling, so when the light goes out, those stars just light up the room. You want to have, again, different colors that can be calming. And another thing that will be great for your baby is like crash pillows. Again, depending on the age, crash pillows and weighted blankets. Some kids, they do very well when they are snuggled. Wrap them up in that blanket. Let them feel like if they're in the womb, or give them a weighted blanket so they're lying there and they're comfortable and they're calming. You know, look at your child. I know you have been journaling, and I know you have a very good perspective on what your child's needs are. And so today, as we talk about playtime with baby and getting those sensory needs addressed, I am encouraging you to explore, and see what it is that your child responds well to, or that your child doesn't respond well to. And if there are things that your child have an aversion to, you want to give your child the opportunity to develop, an appropriate sensory response to that sensory input. So you're doing it slowly and helping the child through the process. You can also connect with your occupational therapist and let your occupational therapist help you develop that sensory room so that your child is able to develop those sensory skills that are needed to be successful in life. This is Dr. Yonnette, thanking you for joining me for another episode of Playtime with Baby, creating a sensory room. And I wish you success. Send me your comments or your questions as you create this room so that I can help you create an environment that will be wonderful for your child. Have a great day.